Hey, welcome to No Ideas Original Sports. I'm here, Kenyatta, back here with Reem and Theo. How y'all doing this week?
Doing pretty good. Excited for the Super Bowl.
All is well over here.
Yeah, well, we had a pretty good week in sports or something. A couple of things going on with it, but this game is the main thing or something. We see a lot of different things as far as testing and we haven't seen all the interviews and stuff we usually see. So, what do you guys think about leading up in the Super Bowl? Because it's usually a lot more hype than what we've seen this year.
Yeah, like you said, obviously, given circumstances we're in, they had to change things around a bit this year. But either way, for me personally, it's still exciting that we're even getting the Super Bowl. So I'm thankful for that and excited. But there's definitely been some changes. It doesn't have the same buzz and hype like you mentioned, but for me, I'm personally excited.
Yeah, I agree with Mary as usual. Less commercials, less fans. So the hype and the crowd and the noise and all the nervousness should won't be there as usual for I guess the normal player. Where there's less crowd, less people there because they have the anxiety, be more under control. Some players, when this time comes, football, I think maybe 2 quarters, halftime, to control their emotions, so to speak. Maybe
Yeah.
with less crowd and less noise, they were to control them more early in the game, so be more focused. That's just that. So, yeah, it's kind of difficult, but thank God it's still here. I look forward to the game.
I heard something about them getting like thousands of cardboard cutouts to try to fill up the stadium and make it look full. So I think that's their idea. I mean, you put pipe some crowd noise in and some cardboard cutouts is not going to be the same. I mean, today I got a chance. You guys have seen any of that Pro Bowl stuff they had? I seen something where they were doing like a Pro Bowl versus or whatever. And it was interesting and funny. Like it had Justin Jefferson and AJ Brown on, and what's him? He basically told AJ Brown that he was better at him in everything. So
Wow.
that, yeah, so that was pretty funny. And
Yeah, I'm
then
not too sure about, like you said, about the whole cutouts thing, but I think they're supposed to have some fans in the seats, right, for this game.
yeah, I think Gronk gave his tickets to some first responders or something like that. So
So
that's
it's
pretty
going to
cool.
be obviously nowhere near the amount it normally would be, but there's going to be some fans there. Another thing that makes it, I guess, unique is the fact that it's in Tampa, right? And I think that's the first time that's been done where a team that's in the Super Bowl is basically playing a home game. So that's interesting. Obviously, if you had a huge crowd there, it would be a big difference playing in front of your home fans. But overall, it's going to be interesting. Um, Definitely unique this year for sure.
Yeah, I think you get a. I mean, even without the fans, you got a good feel for the field conditions. Plus, two doesn't hurt playing in Florida. So those guys definitely, even without the fans, still have somewhat of a home field advantage.
Yeah, I would say so.
Maybe so for the first quarter or so. But after that, man, I guess people wouldn't care wouldn't care one bit where you're playing at. Super Bowl.
Yeah,
That's true.
I mean, looking at the Super Bowl and like all the things that go along with it, we got Tom Brady back in the Super Bowl. I mean, this is 10th time, and was thinking about some of the memorable Super Bowls we had recently. I mean, if I had to go back to the most recent one with Tom Brady, the most memorable. I mean, you had two with him. You had the one with the Eagles with the trick play with the pass to Foles. I mean, I thought that one was pretty slick or something that cost him one. And then you got the other one where James White with the 20 points where they basically came back on the Falcons. I think a lot of people, including myself, thought that at 28-3 that the game might be over. What did you guys think of those two games, the break moments, I call them?
For me, my my Brady moment, or just Patriots moment when he was with the Patriots, is I think back to the David Tyree the catch, right when they played the Giants. I think back to that one. That's probably the most memorable for me as it pertains to Brady. Um, As you mentioned before, the guy's been in there. What, this will be his 10th time, so obviously you could go down the list and pick your memorable moment. You know, 9 Super Bowls already. I'm sure tomorrow there'll be even more memories. But that's the one that stands out for me is the David Tyree catch.
In the moment, having Brady lose is good for me. Um, I would say him overthrowing Buck Walker on the sideline was big for me. I think we played the Giants, I think it was.
Yep.
That was a big play that stands out for me, sure. And me being a Tom Brady, kind of a basher. I'm never got a Tom Brady basher. I'm just tired of Tom Brady. Anything have a Tom Brady lose Super Bowl, I'm all for that. But one to stand up for me, I would say his overthrown pass to Buck Walker, man, that was a big play. With that pass, they win. I had 7 already.
Yeah. I mean, I think you go back to just looking at Tom Brady. The Giants are kind of the Tom Brady kryptonite because listen, both those games they won those games. I know the one that they were up 9-0 and then New England ran off 17 straight points for the Giants to come back and win that one. I mean, the, it's almost I think Eli Manning and the Giants kind of had Tom Brady's number or something.
Yeah, it certainly seems that way. Um, Definitely, I would agree.
Yeah, it's still pressure. The front four of the Giants was ferocious, man. Strahan Company, Strahan OC, the other guys, man, tough. Those guys was putting that pressure on Brady, man. That happy feet, man. So Giants front four won those Super Bowls, in my opinion, anyway.
Yeah. I think one of the most enjoyable Super Bowls for me to watch was you remember the Greatest Show on Turf versus the Titans, the one
Yeah,
yard
yeah,
Evan Dyson 1 yard. I
yeah.
mean,
Yeah,
watching that game that was one of the most enjoyable ones. It's competitive throughout the game. It wasn't like a comeback or any swing. They exchanged. So that seemed like one of the most competitive ones. I really enjoyed watching that one.
Another one for me that kind of stands out was remember, I think John Elway ended up rushing in. I think they were playing the Packers, I want to say, and he ended up basically putting his body on the line, rushing in like head first, scoring a touchdown. So that one stands out for me.
hmm yeah. I'm gonna go with. I could say Cowboys. But I'm gonna go with the Steelers when they took advantage of that pass to was Antonio Holmes to the corner against Arizona. I think it was.
Yeah,
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 He took a
yeah,
touchdown catch. That was a great play, man. Great
yeah,
play, great catch, great I guess body control, so to speak. That was a great play right there to win the game.
yeah. I think there's been like tons of great moments in the Super Bowl. But I think some of the things I remember even before we got to Super Bowl. I don't know if people remember the Vikings collapse against the Falcons that year. I think the
Right.
yeah, I think the Vikings.
Vikings have a list of collapses. You know,
Mm.
Yeah, I think the Vikings. Well, as a matter of fact, that's the year the Falcons won the Super Bowl. I think the Vikings might have been 14-2 or something like that, and they fell apart. So that one, you had a couple of plays. Like last year, you had the catch was in that again was saying we don't know if it was a catch or not. The New Orleans Saints. So
yeah, that was a controversial one. That one stands out. That play.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Now, do you think if that one went in the Saints' favor, do they win the Super Bowl there? You think?
hmm,
They was rolling though, that's for sure. Yes, it's hard. In hindsight, we would never know, but they say they're a very explosive team, man. So they put up points real quick, real fast, very creative team offense. But it's possible. Easy to say, yeah, for sure.
yeah. Hey, do you think these Super Bowl moments when we talk about guys going to Hall of Fame? You think these Super Bowls gets Eli Manning in the Hall of Fame?
I would say so. Playing against the GOAT, beating the GOAT multiple times to get your Super Bowl ring. So he went through the best. So I would say so for me personally.
Winning a chip in New York has weight. You
I
should,
hear
especially in football. I should say more than baseball, because baseball you kind of spoiled having Yankees and good better than that. But that being said, he beat Tom Brady twice. New York is very big, and I don't have a problem issue with him being in the Hall of Fame.
Hey, tomorrow's a big game. Tomorrow's also a big eating day, and there's a lot of good food and a lot of things going on. What do you guys enjoy the most as far as the different Super Bowl spreads?
You gotta have some hot wings for me. Some Doritos. Pick your flavor. And for me, I like some Sprite on the side. Those are probably my big three, so to speak.
Yeah, I'm simple, man. You know, some beers, some wingettes, barbecue wingettes. You know, do some salsa dip with some Doritos maybe. I'm good with that, man. Start the game.
Yeah, I like listen. I like some wings. I definitely go for some hot wings, maybe some garlic palm wings or something.
There you
Give
go.
give me some like a hero or something. Chop me up some hero 6 foot hero
Mm-hmm.
type pieces of stuff.
Right, right. That's what's up. That works.
Can't go
Yeah.
wrong with Doritos or some Tostitos, some chips and dip or something. Not a
Mm-hmm.
guacamole guy, but I like the cheese dip or something.
I like some pizza in there too occasionally.
Of course,
Yeah,
there's good one,
pizza in
man.
there, yeah, with the
No
wings.
doubt. Sorry about that. That's true, man. I like guac myself, man. Give me guac, salsa dip, no matter, man.
Yeah,
I'm all for it.
yeah. But definitely a good day for eating stuff or something. What time does the Super Bowl feast start for you?
I'm really not. I like to wait until the game starts. To be honest with you, the minute it starts is when I start eating. I may dabble in some chips here and there before the game, um, but I don't really eat too much until the game actually starts.
Yeah, I crack a cold one first, maybe around like 60 minutes prior. And just let that settle in. Maybe by, I guess, mid first quarter, after first quarter, I start, devouring my food of my choice. So that's what I do.
Yeah, I hear you. It's definitely so. I think I'll definitely get some pregame food and eating or something. I'm not gonna miss too many of those. But it's probably gonna be like the chips and dip, but I'm not gonna miss too many of them. But yeah, I definitely get some good for a pregame eat or something. And then
The other thing is if you're like ordering something, you have to order like extra early because everybody is, you know, ordering. So it takes hours to get your food. So you usually have to take that into account if you're not cooking, if you're ordering it.
yeah, tomorrow might be a little rough too because we supposed to get some more snow and stuff. So if you ordering and you got to pick it up or something like that, we might run into some delays with that or something. So if you got to get it, you have to get it a little earlier or something.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
So as far as the different things, which one of you guys is the Super Bowl chef? Yeah,
My
I know you are chefing up some stuff. I could tell that.
Well, I already got me a 12 pack of lobster tails. That's what sale I ran into. I
Ah,
have it on the sideline already for tomorrow, man. So it definitely will be ready. We're eating during the game, man. Me and the family,
so yeah, I knew Theo was gonna chef something up for us tomorrow.
man. Yeah, yeah. Already got on deck.
Yeah, I was saying the best you're gonna get from me is a couple of pummel pop the top on the dip.
Yeah, I'll open the soda for you, right? And
Yeah,
chips.
I'll pour the chips in a bowl or something.
Pan.
That's
Hmm.
that's gonna be the full extent of my cooking experience with that. But besides the food and stuff, it's a different time now. With COVID and everything, is the game's gonna be a little different. How you guys think that's gonna affect the game? Because I think we already seeing some of the effects of it where we haven't had as much hype. But what do you think is gonna happen with the actual game?
The first thing I thought about when you mentioned like the difference as it pertains to COVID is going back to the food, like the Super Bowl parties and stuff like that. Um, Unfortunately, more than likely, most of us won't be attending any Super Bowl parties or having people over. So that stands out to me. has been a huge difference. I'm used to watching the game with people, um, family, friends, so that'll be different. As it pertains to the actual game, like you said, less hype, how to affect the players on the field. I think by now they're probably used to it, the empty stadiums and such. They've already gotten somewhat used to limited practice times and things of that nature. So I don't think it'll have too much of a bearing on performances on the field because they've already dealt with it throughout the season. Um, but for sure, it'll definitely be different. But I think they're already used to that difference, most of the players.
Yeah, we just covered all the angles, so to speak, so I can't say much on that. But I would add on from what you said was maybe the bars around the stadium, that there's really living them, so to speak, and ones that are open or can't open, maybe have less capacity. We have living a normal life, so to speak. We have a lot of people making more money, so especially for the bars, the hotels, will be affected by this COVID pandemic for the time of Super Bowl. So other than
Yeah,
that, I mean, Reno played a hit in the head with this thing.
yeah, Theo, I think you made a really good point about that. I think economically it's going to affect a lot of people. Like you're right, like
That's
the
true.
malls and all these other places will be packed, and that's big. This is a big money time, and I'm like you used to see all these Super Bowl lead up ads and all different stuff, and it was a good time for different food places. So yeah, that stuff will definitely be affected. I mean, as far as the players, they should be used to the protocols. I know early in this week the Chiefs had a couple of players with that barbershop incident where I
Yeah,
guess the barber had something and two players got a haircut, whatever. And what's interesting about that is that they're going to let those guys play supposedly as long as they keep passing tests every day up until the game. As long as they don't have to pull something like that Kevin Durant thing last night where he got pulled from the game in the middle of the game, that
yeah,
right. But I think as far as like COVID and the way it's affecting the world, you figure like Kareem said, I used to like to enjoy the game with family and friends. You know, certain places even had like deals. I remember a bar had listen bar close by had a deal where it was like $25 for the whole time, like all you can eat wings and beers and stuff. So that's definitely out.
yeah. A lot of places, like you said, are struggling, so can't really afford to offer up as many deals as we probably over the years become accustomed to. Uh, if anything, they may be charging slightly more this year for different things uh, due to just trying to make money. So that's definitely something that's different this year for sure. That was a good point, Theo.
Yes.
I,
Another thing I guess is different is and this probably pertains to the hype. I know they're gonna have like the halftime shows, but even that doesn't seem to be as hyped as usual. You know, usually you hear about the performances, Jay Z's, Beyonce's, and um, so I think it was probably a struggle to get the bigger celebrities to come out just for the halftime performances and such this year.
I
Yeah.
know they said they had the weekend, but even he was saying it was kind of challenging to do some of the stuff he wanted to do because of the amount of people and the spacing and stuff like that. So I know he said it was a little challenging to set up what he was trying to do for his show, but he said it should be a good show. I don't you look at it. Do we even think has it been the same amount of merchandise sold? Because around the Super Bowl you get jersey sales and all the rest of that stuff. Where I can't even see where people buying that type of stuff right now.
Yeah, I would agree. If I had to take an educated guess, I would say sales are probably down. Um, that's probably throughout the year. Sales are probably down for jerseys and such. Um, just given the times we're living in.
Hey,
What's
hey,
going
What's
on?
going on, fellas?
what's going on, Zane? How you doing? We
Ain't
just
nothing.
talking about how COVID's affecting the Super Bowl. Whatever. You
Oh,
listen, got any insight on what you think how COVID's affecting the Super Bowl?
yeah. Well, real quick too. I just got off the phone with the two people that we already spoke about on the phone.
Okay.
Yeah, so they about to chime in right now. I had to
Oh,
re-explain it. But nah. What's the question again, cuz?
how you think COVID's affecting the Super Bowl?
Big time, man. I think number one, by the fans not well, I don't know what the capacity that the Super Bowl is gonna have this year as far as like how many people that can come into the stadium and see it live, but I just think the overall morale, because number one, we have two quarterbacks that's very, very acclimated with being in the Super Bowl. Of course, one more than another, which is Tom Brady. But I just think the overall morale won't be to that extent of how it was, in previous years before this COVID came.
So
Number two, huh?
how's it going to personally affect how you celebrate the Super Bowl?
Me? Wow. I'm gonna have to just drink my beer. I probably have to drink more beer than any other year. And I don't know, man. Just that's tough, man. See. Now you made me depressed, bro. You made me depressed thinking about that.
Yeah, I was just looking it up. The capacity for the Super Bowl this year is 25,000 with roughly 30-something thousand cutouts. So 25,000 is still a significant amount of people, I would say.
That's not too bad.
They're going to let 25,000 people in.
That's a good amount of people.
Yeah. The stadium seats almost 66,000. So it's still a pretty nice crowd there for the Super Bowl.
Right.
I wonder how.
You know what? I'm sitting here thinking. I wonder how they go about, or do they go about any form of testing? Because if so, you would be testing fans. You better start now. How do you test 25,000 people trying to enter? I understand. I would imagine they wouldn't let the fans sit, but so close to the field. But just in general, how do you spread out 25,000 fans in a stadium that normally seats 65,000?
I mean, I guess you keep your group together. There's got to be some seats between. Like if it's you and three other people you came with, your groups together. But I would imagine I couldn't see them putting anybody within 3 or 4 seats of anybody else. That would be kind of crazy.
Yes, that's where they're going to use those cutouts too, right? Because the cutouts are going to fill an empty seat. So maybe those cutouts are going to be like basically to provide social distancing as well.
So I could be sitting next to Michael Jordan on one side and have Oprah Winfrey on the other side of me.
Yeah, potentially. So what's the Super Bowl food for you, Zane? We heard the drinks. What are you gonna eat?
He's gonna top off. He's gonna top off the beer with more beer.
So yeah, I think that's gonna be interesting. 25,000 fans is still a lot, but capacity of almost 66,000, and the rest being cutouts. So I think that should be exciting now to have that amount of fans in there. For some reason, I thought it would be less, but I think that's actually a good thing for the game.
You know what's interesting about that is that usually with the Super Bowl, I mean, it's usually not a lot, but you do hear about some ticket sales. So I'm guessing these must have been given out, obviously, to the families of the players and the coaches and stuff. And I'm sure it's probably like first responders and stuff and everything, which is pretty cool. But I wonder if any tickets ever went up for general sale. If it's 25,000, I mean, you're talking about maybe 300 players and coaches and stuff. I don't think they got 25,000 relatives that they got coming or something. So, and first responders. So I wonder if any of those tickets actually ever went up for sale or anything like that.
If they did, I'm sure they were high price. That's for sure. Celebrities were the first ones to snatch it up, if anything. But for the average fan, that's a good question. Will some of those 25,000 be your average fan, like me and you, and us, Theo, Zane?
I'm sure they have some there. They will be there for sure. People in amongst the rich and the famous.
Yeah, because it would be nice to at least. I mean, that it would be interesting to be Tampa at a home game, having some actual home fans at the stadium. That would be interesting to make it a little different.
Right.
Yeah, especially given that they're making history by doing it. So to have, you know, an average fan, so to speak, sitting in there um, cheering on their team would be a good thing.
So Zane, you back with us? But I look at it. I look at it like this. Listen, the guys get out there. I mean, for Pat Mahomes, and his team or something. Those guys are young or whatever. They'll be out there. They already had their thing with the barber, and now you got the thing with Andy Reid's son. I don't know if you guys heard about that, where Andy Reid's son was in an accident, whatever, where he's not going to be able to make it. He's actually the linebackers, one of the linebacker coaches, from what I understand, and he's not going to be able to make the game because he's going to be in the hospital. I mean, do you think that that'll impact the game in any way?
I didn't really hear about it. If anything, I don't think it'll have a significant impact on the game. But if anything, I could see the Chiefs, like, not that they need anything to rally behind, given they're in the Super Bowl, but I could see them, if anything, using it as something to try to rally behind as a motivational thing, if anything. But I think those guys are already highly motivated and ready to go at this point in the season.
Yeah, those are professionals, so I don't see no distraction with those guys at all. Even though it's a sad situation, I don't see no distractions as far as Chiefs concerned.
And do we got? I mean, Theo brought this up when we talk about the playoffs. Theo, is Antonio Brown back? Is he back in the game? He playing tomorrow?
I didn't hear, but I'm assuming he is. I'm assuming he's gonna try to play. 2 weeks is a long period of time to heal up, man. So I'm pretty sure he'll be able to go.
Hey, how you doing?
What's going on?
What's in Darrell Coley with us?
Hey,
What
yeah.
up, Jared?
Hey, what's up, man? Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
What's up? What's up, y'all?
Hey, what's
Okay.
up? We over here talking about the Super Bowl. So
Super.
you got to tell us, Darrell, what you gonna be eating tomorrow for the Super Bowl?
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try, man, because I'm gonna try not to eat too much of anything, man. But I'm gonna have my. I think I'm gonna have some lasagna, man. I'm gonna have some lasagna, and that's about it, man. Some lasagna, and some salad, man. That's it.
Oh, that's good. You doing real good. You're doing better than us with the wings and the chips and stuff.
Yeah,
Well,
pizza, yeah.
Theo's got the lobster tails he's throwing on. So
Oh man, I never had lobster, man. Never tried it, man. Never
No
tried it.
way.
Hey man,
Yeah,
I'm trying to bring Riddick Bowe on, man.
okay,
I'm trying to bring him on. So I hope he figure everything out, man. And
all right, that'd be great.
yeah, that'd be
That'd
good.
definitely be great.
Well, let me say this to you. Let me say this to all y'all. Riddick Bowe he don't even know what the Dallas Cowboys or Washington Redskins helmet look like. He don't watch no sports. If it ain't boxing, he not watching it.
that's hilarious.
Oh man. So what's it? How do you think this whole COVID thing's going to affect the Super Bowl?
Well, I'm gonna say this to you, man. This is my honest opinion, man. I guess the world is about money, and it's like you know, I never thought about you just asked me, man, because the stadium not gonna be filled up, is it?
No, no, they
Oh,
doing about
It's going to be
25.
25,000 in the stadium with
how
about
many?
30 something thousand cutouts. So 25,000 sitting in the stadium.
It's gonna look like it's 12 people in there. Come on, man. That's stadium over 80,000, man. It's gonna look terrible. It's gonna look terrible. And I'm gonna say this to you, man. It'll be hard for me to fight. Well, I'll probably be focused, but it'll be hard for me to fight when there's nobody in the stadium watching me. I mean, because I'm so used to hearing the noise, whether I can understand what they're saying. I'm just used to that pressure. If I guess it'll feel like I'm in a gym. You know, I think it's going to take away from the players, man. Because based on the fact that I think it's going to be a great game, I still think it's going to take away from the players performing tomorrow, man.
Now, I think that's interesting because leading up to this game, most stadiums haven't really allowed fans. They've allowed, maybe a few thousand. So I think fans have kind of sort of, I would imagine, gotten used to it somewhat. But now you flip it, right, and you put 25,000 in there. Does that create an interesting dynamic where they went from not being used to hardly hearing anything to tomorrow they'll be able to hit 25,000?
You're talking about regular games. We talking about the Super Bowl. This is the biggest game. This is the biggest game in the world right now. This is the biggest sports activity in the world right now. And you're talking about 25,000. That's being on that equals up to 13 people, man. Been in the stadium, man. I mean, I'm serious, man. You're talking about the biggest game in the world. You got. I don't see where the motivation comes in that, man. I don't see. You coming out. This stadium is so big, it swallows 25,000. There's nobody in there. There's nobody in there. 25,000 isn't a lot of people in a state in the whole, anywhere from 65 to 70,000 people.
I think the only way the stadium and the crowd will affect the game is if it's 25,000 fans for one team.
Yeah.
Listen,
25,000 Buccaneer fans.
But check this out. If it's 25,000 Buccaneers fans, that's going to equal up to 80,000 people, because that's going to be so. It's going to be so because it's going to be so lopsided. And I think the Buccaneers need it right now. They playing in Tampa, right? Tampa, Florida.
Yeah.
I think and I'm pulling for Tampa Bay, man. I want the quarterback, man, to go out the way he's supposed to, man.
So now that Coley's dropped it, who you guys think's gonna win? We got one for Tampa. What do we got?
I've been riding with the Chiefs all year, so gotta stick with the Chiefs.
You guys know who I'm going with. I'm not going to say I ain't trying to jinx nothing.
Oh no. We need to hear it. We don't know.
Yeah, man. Every time I go against Tom Brady, man, he's been winning. He's been advancing. I refuse to take it for winning for the team. So hopefully, the first man who I want to win. That's a pie. But taking the question right now, I would say Chiefs, man. I'm pulling for the Chiefs. I think it'll be a good game. I expect a high scoring game, somewhere in the 30s, man. I think the Chiefs need to, score quick and catch those iron T's, man. Because Brady, you will those interceptions during the game. When it's there, man, you gotta catch them. Unlike Green Bay.
I'm not to cut nobody off, but I'm very impressed with Tampa Bay defense, man. They impressed me, man. I'm telling you. I think even though I know Tampa Bay is the underdog, I gotta rock with them, man. I think they're gonna win.
I think for me, I think for me, I'm going with the Chiefs. But I look at it that like this. I think it's not going to be Tampa's defense. It's going to be Tampa's offense, because those guys. I mean, you love them to death. Between the receivers, they drop a lot of passes, man. They drop a lot of passes, and in this situation, they're not going to be able to. I don't think they're going to be able to afford to be dropping any passes. So they get out there and start dropping passes and stuff like that. It's going to be a long day. And like you said, if he throws an interception or two with a couple of drop passes, I don't know if he's going to dig out of this hole. But Coley, why do you say that when you talk about Tampa and the defense? Why do you think that they should be able to get the Chiefs, be able to stop them?
I think I'm surprised. Well, I didn't pay attention to none of the Tampa games because I didn't watch it until we talking about the playoffs. And I know everybody how Tom Brady, but for me, I just paid attention to the defense for some reason, man, and I think that their defense is on the level to match Kansas City offense, man. I think so. I think so.
Thing with me in regards to Kansas City is I think about how do you go about trying to stop them when you have obviously Mahomes, but with Kelsey and Hill, you know those guys. It's not one of those things like Hill can get the ball in tons of different ways, right? So you can't really say, all right, we're only gonna play him for the deep ball, right, and cut that off. Because next thing you know, they're throwing a reverse to him. So it's easy to get Hill, get the ball in his hands multiple ways. So I don't know how you necessarily stop that. And if you do to some degree, how do you stop Kelsey on top of it? You know? But if anybody can do it, I would say would be Tampa. Their defense seems to be clicking at the right time.
Yeah. Hey, man, you know, I'm telling you like this, man. That I'm guaranteeing you, Hill came up in their practices a million times. They have something. They have something for Hill. They got something for Hill.
Because I think when they played in the regular season, when they played in the regular season, didn't Hill have about 200 yards or something like that in the first quarter?
No,
Yeah.
Right? Something crazy like that, right? He went off.
It's no way he had 20 yards in the first quarter.
I think he did. Something crazy like that, right? In that first game, he had 200
I think it was either the first quarter or the first half. He had 200 yards. I mean, you would think if that bad, they'd have to make some kind of adjustments because it's definitely they have to make some kind of adjustment if they gave up. I know it was 200 yards like in either the first half or the first quarter. You got to make some kind of
you adjust to Hill. What happens with Kelsey? You know, I don't know how you stop those two at the same time.
Well, this is the thing. Tampa knows either one gonna get the ball. They know that for a fact. It ain't like it's 5 or 6 guys they might throw to. It's either one of them they're gonna throw to. Excuse me. And I think that as being professional athletes, they have professional coordinators, they have professional everything. Everything's around them professional. So I'm guaranteeing you they have a game plan. Even if they got first of all, one game plan is not gonna stop it. They gotta have 4 or 5 different game plans that they can sit there and stop these two guys, man. They gotta really put their mindset on to stop the guys and the quarterback. But you know that you got everybody on the offense, man. The tight ends, the running back. You know, you can't leave something out just to stop something else because something else gonna kill you.
You know, the ways I think you stop them is by slowing the game down. You don't want to necessarily get into a high-scoring game with the Chiefs. You just run the ball a little bit and slow the game down, I think, and keep the ball away from Mahomes and that offense.
I hold on a second. I really think Tom Brady can shoot. Like I think he can really shoot back and forth with what's called it, man. I think they will. I think they'll win the shootout. I think they'll win the shootout, man. Tom Brady and them will win the shootout between them, man. I really think so.
Hey fellas, I was reading a stat where it says Buccaneers scored 0 points when they start from their own 20-yard line.
Oh wow!
Hold on a second. Who scored 0 points?
So when they got a ball distance to the field,
they scored 0 points when they start from their own 20-yard line. Basically, what they're saying is that they only score when they got good field position, so to speak.
They talking about Tampa scores when they got good field position.
Tampa scored 0 points for start of playoffs to now on their own 20-yard line.
Well, I mean, this is a different game. This is not the playoffs. This isn't the regular game. This is not the preseason game. This is the biggest game on earth. So I don't expect any of what they done in the preseason or regular season is going to matter. They're going to be on level 10.
That's true.
Yeah, you're gonna get everybody's best game tomorrow. You definitely get best game.
There's no game on next. There's no game on next Sunday. They're not playing next Sunday. Everything got to be happen tomorrow, and they got to leave everything. They got to leave everything on the field. So I'm not going for that. They're a different ball game, man. Hey, man, listen. I respect Mahomes. Don't get me wrong, but I don't respect him the way I respect the boy Brady, man.
I mean, if there's a guy that could win, it is Tom Brady. We already seen him do it several times. I mean, Matt Ryan could tell you that Tom Brady could pull out a game after being down 28-3 and beating them. So if it's one guy that's going to win that game and pull it out of the hole, it's Tom Brady.
Can y'all believe that we're talking about Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the Super Bowl? Nobody, listen, that could have been a lottery pick. Nobody would have picked that. Nobody. They could have played the lottery with that, man. There's no way they're going to the Super Bowl. Not Tampa and Tom Brady. There's no way. Man, they playing great football. I paid attention. They playing great football, man.
So, Darrell, we got a question for you. It says, as a pro athlete, how do you get up for the big show?
Man, listen. You mean as far as boxing?
Or listen, just as a professional athlete, period. Like, how do you get prepared for the big show? Get ready for that.
I hope this understandable. But you if you're not already up, listen, let me say this. I'm already up for the big show based on the fact that I'm a professional athlete. I'm ready at all times. So if I have to get up, I'm not gonna be ready. I'm always ready. Like right now, I haven't fought in years. If I had to prepare myself, I'm already ready. I'm already ready. I'm already ready. So what I do is reserve my rest. I make sure I rest. I make sure I do everything I'm supposed to do, and I don't allow no outside distractions to stop me from being who I'm supposed to be.
Yeah, I think it's scary if you're in the Super Bowl and you have to start preparing yourself now. Like you said, you got to already be prepared at this point.
It's like, let me say this to y'all. It's no getting prepared to be on this level. You have to be already prepared. You can't get prepared. You have to be ready already. You know, you have to be already ready. like Oscar De La Hoya. I was talking about Oscar and Ray Leonard, and Oscar De La Hoya, Ray Leonard. They always was ready. They was ready from get go. Before y'all even thought they was ready, they was ready. I'm telling you.
So in that first game, Tyrone Hill had 13 receptions, 269 yards, and 3 TDs. But like you said, that's the regular season, and I would imagine that they got to come up with some kind of adjustment because you can't expect to win. You let them do that again tomorrow.
They are. Let me say this to y'all. They know more about the key players. They know so much more about what's going on than we do. They already know what they have to do. I'm talking about way more than what we know. They are going to lock down if they not and Kansas City know that they're going to try to lock them down. So they got their game plan together too. So it's going to be a chess match, man. I'm telling you, it's going to be a chess match.
I can see it coming down to like who's players outside of these guys we name and step up. Like, will we see Le'Veon Bell do something or Scotty Miller for Tampa, or will we see somebody like Edwards Hilaire? Will one of those guys actually step up? Because I can see somebody else being like that we not really focusing on taking a role or doing something that needs to be done. Because you got Mike Evans and you got Godwin, but a lot of times it looks like Tom Brady relies a lot on Miller as that security blanket, him and Brace. So I think you might see some of them, a diet of them. You might actually maybe an old school Gronk appearance for the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Right.
that's a good point.
Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because I mean, we like you said, everybody the stars they got game planning, game planning, game planning, game planning for those guys. It comes down to who can figure out how to move those other chess pieces a little bit to try to get something out of them.
See, people have games. I'm playing. They have plan A, plan B, plan C. This is the Super Bowl. They down the FJY. They way down there, man. They way down. They way and there. They got. Listen to what I'm saying, man. They got game plan after game plan. Because I'm guaranteeing you this. The way they play in the first 2 quarters is nowhere near how they're gonna play in the second 2 quarters. I'm telling you, man, they got game plan. They're going deep in there. They're going deep in the safe, man. They're gonna get these teams are ready, man. Both of them ready.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. I agree. How about you guys? Question: would you guys double team Tyreek Hill and somebody else beat you?
I would imagine after, like during the first game, as he was torching him, I would imagine at some point they already attempted that strategy of a double team. You know, I highly doubt they left him single coverage all game. So I would imagine they would try something similar again for this game, a double team. And I would also imagine, because like you said, it's a chess match. So I would also imagine that Kansas City is already preparing for that. You know, so it's going to be interesting. But yeah, I would definitely try it, because if not, you're in trouble trying to cover them single coverage an entire game.
I would definitely make sure that it was never an opportunity for him to be matched up like one on one. You know how they motion aside, and then you look over there and you see Tyrone Hill and one other guy on the right side of the field. That's not what you want to see. So I would always like shift the coverages, whether it's a double team or whatever, to his side. Let the other guy beat you.
I would mix it. I would confuse them. I would mix it up. I would double team, one-on-one double team, and without them knowing what I'm doing. I would never let them know when we double team, because I think that they're so smart that they will definitely counter off the fact they know this man is double team. So I would one-on-one them, double team, one-on-one. I would keep them confused. I keep them confused, so they don't know when we double team them. But they're gonna have to double team them at some point.
Right.
Hey, fellas, how everybody doing today?
Hey, how you doing, bro?
Man, I had to step out in the car, man, because my girl just brought my grandkids over, man. They making a whole bunch of noise in there. You know what I mean?
I hear you.
I'm out front in the van, man. You know what I mean? So what's the topic? What you guys talking about here?
Well, just to go back, tell us some of your favorite Super Bowl moments, bro.
I think Doug Williams, man, Washington Redskins, man. That was probably seeing the brother get out there, man, and make history, you know? Because so many other brothers try to do it. You know,
what year was that?
I forget what year that was.
I forgot. 87.
I'm not. It was God. Yeah, I ain't got the year. I ain't got the year, bro. But that was probably my best Super Bowl. And if I got to go back one more, I think it was Chicago Bears when they had that monster team, big refrigerator, and everybody. Yes. So those two are probably one of my greatest ones.
Right.
But with this COVID and all, man, who knows, man? This sucker, I don't know how many people they might put in there in the stadium. I'm just hoping they ain't another one of them super spreaders, you know what I mean?
It's gonna be 25,000 people.
Yeah. Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. They better be on their P's and Q's then, man. Because I was just watching a little while ago. They said that man Kevin Durant, he came. They let him play maybe a quarter two. They had to take him out because he came in. They found out he was in contact with somebody who had the COVID. And that's crazy for even letting them suit up and play. You know what I mean?
Right. Right. Wow.
So it's gonna be something special, man. I'm looking forward to it.
So how you go with all this COVID stuff? How you going to celebrate? How you going to be able to hold the Super Bowl with the COVID? Because I know that's going to change how you usually do the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Well, it's my circle's like this. Me, probably Zane, my lady, and maybe one other folks to come through. You know what I mean? I've been invited to a couple of them, but I'm staying home, brother.
I hear you.
It just ain't perfect. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So what's on the menu?
Oh man, check this out. I had to go on a scavenger hunt today because I do this seafood mac and cheese. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And one of the main ingredients is lobster, and it's gonna be a cooked lobster. You know what I mean? So I put the lobster in there with the shrimp, lump crab eating maybe 3-4 pounds of cheese, man. That's gonna be one of my specialties. And probably some hot wings and some spinach dip. Keep it small, man. You know,
Okay.
something small, nothing big.
So we got the second person with the lobster. Still got some lobster tails.
Yeah, man.
Without a doubt, man. You gotta, we can't get out there and enjoy it, but you gotta enjoy it at home too. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
So who you got winning the game?
Well, I think they got to set up for Tom Brady to win, but I think that Mahomes, man, they might pull it out, man. I think they might pull it out. I like to see Kansas City win. Forget history. Tom Brady had too many of them, man. Let the young boy come in and do his thing, and he's vicious. He's vicious, man. I got them putting that thing together, man.
Now, what makes you think it's a setup for Brady?
Man, it's like this. Brady is the type of quarterback that, as long as he got that front, he can't run. He can see the whole field. But the setup to me is that Brady it might look like one of the things they're gonna blow him out. He's gonna come back from behind and probably try to take it. And this is a system to me. You know, in the NFL, everything's politics now, man. With the cheating scandal they had down there when he was playing all them years, not to say what they was doing gave him an advantage, but who knows, man, with the Reed, I just don't trust him, man. I don't trust him. That's just my opinion. I just don't trust him, man.
I know over the years, Brady has definitely had his fair share of calls, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you look at the history of the game, man, I mean, this dude, I'm not taking nothing away from his talent. It's just that the system around him, you know what I mean? The deflate balls and all this and that. I mean, anything can be an advantage, even when it come down to the referees. You know,
Yeah.
hey, everybody might want that check. It'd be that one main call. You know, with the instant replay and all that. I don't know if it's help. I need to take my notification on. That's Uncle D, eh? Yeah, I'm sorry, fellas. My notification people from there. Can y'all hear that when it goes off?
Yeah,
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, okay. I don't like to get disturbed. Tell them chime on Zane say he's about to chime on in a couple minutes. Hey, yo, he in the back seat, man. We had to come out of the house, brother. We sitting up in my van, man. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good, though, man. It's all for a good cause to me, man. You know, I like to get and chop it up with you guys, man. I'll be checking you guys out for a minute now.
Oh, man, thank you, man.
Y'all got some very, very interesting topics, man, you know.
Oh, man, it's good to have you on, man.
Oh, yeah. Without a doubt. Here you go. So who y'all got winning the Super Bowl, man?
I think right now, other than Darrell, everybody kind of went with Kansas City for different reasons. Theo's got one root is anybody against Tom Brady.
That's right.
Yeah.
And we kind of just went with the Kansas City thing because they just seem like a better team. But I think you got a good point there. Like I think if it gets close and we start getting into what direction these calls and stuff might go to, that might be interesting.
Plus, it could turn into one of those whoever has the ball last kind of things.
Exactly. But the thing of it is, Kansas City got to get out there, get out the gate early, let Mahomes work. Because the brother's bad. You know, let them work, get the ball downfield. First, we got to try to get that running game going first, because we already know he can throw, he can get it down there, but we gonna need that running game to start off first. You know what I'm saying? They can establish that. I think they got a better chance of even, because Tom Brady, he's going to the air. He got some weapons. You know, I don't know if what's the brother Brown, is he playing?
Yeah, I think he is.
Because he was out the last game, the playoff game, he didn't play. So, hey man, they got some weapons, man. And they can throw the ball. They can get it downfield quick. So I'm thinking that if Kansas City can pretty much establish a good running game and make it easy off Mahomes, he ain't got to rush and push it, trying to, compete, because they gonna put up some numbers.
Right.
I'm looking at probably about, it's going to be probably 30, I want to say a close game in the 30s. I don't want to say they're going to go up in the 40s, but I'm going to keep, it ain't going to be no low scoring game, that's for sure.
Yeah, I think it's going to be in the 30s as well. I think the Chiefs are going to win, but it's somewhere in the 30s.
Well, I like to see them win. I like that team. Outside of my, my skins ain't, they ain't doing too well, but if we can get us a good quarterback, I think we got some weapons down here, man.
I think we got a couple of guys chiming in. Imagine Positive 365 is going for Tampa Bay, so we got another Tampa Bay supporter, and we got Rob Browder. He's going for Brady all day. So listen, we got a couple of Tampa people chiming in. Yeah, Tampa's got some more followers going for them.
One of the things I would say with Tampa is in regards to Brady is in general it's hard to go against Brady. The guy seems to always find a way to win. But I think if anybody could beat him, it would be Mahomes and that Chiefs offense.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think Antonio Brown, thinking about now that we keep bringing him up, I think Antonio Brown could be key in this game too. Because I don't think Antonio Brown was on the team the first time the Chiefs played him.
And that's an interesting dynamic, because you have Brown on one side and Bell on the other, right?
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, so that's an interesting dynamic there to see those guys on opposite sides of the field against each other in the Super Bowl.
Pretty much sure Le'Veon Bell's laughing at the Jets right now.
Yeah. Yeah, he need to get on the field though, man. Do something.
Yeah, this might be his shot. Well, this gonna have to be his shot if he want to get to the next contract.
Yeah, I would agree.
Man, so I'm looking at it. I think Kansas City, if they get the ball first, they almost guaranteed to score. I couldn't see them getting stopped on the first drive. I could see Tampa Bay coming down with saying get the ball first. If I'm the Chiefs or you the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and you got a choice to choose, do you want the ball first tomorrow?
If I'm the Chiefs, I defer and give it to the Bucs. They seem to do that a lot, so I don't see why change. They seem to like the ball coming out at the half. So if I'm the Chiefs, I'd probably defer and get the ball at half.
Yeah, I agree. I would defer too, man. I try to have my defense get some confidence going into the game. My offense is not the issue; it's more my defense. If I'm a Chiefs fan, so my main focus right now is trying to get my defense to get their confidence going on and make a quick stop at the game.
And like you said, I with these guys, the Bucs offense, they drop a lot of passes. They're good, but they tend to drop a lot of balls. Their receivers. So if you're the Chiefs, you put your offense, your defense on the field, hopefully get a stop, or maybe even hold them to a field goal, something like that. You gain confidence. You're holding to a field goal. Then you come out, maybe get another field goal, a touchdown, whatever it may be, and you go from there. But like you said, I think like Theo had a good point. You want to get your defense on the field to gain that confidence early.
Rob Browder says KC has too many weapons. I gotta agree with you, Rob. I think listen, when we go out there and we look at it, if for Kansas City, it's probably to try to get that defense out there first, because I do think if they took the ball, they'd probably march it straight down the field. But you want to get out there and get that stop and build the defense confidence first. I mean,
and with those weapons, that's the crazy thing is you go back to Tyreek Hill. How do you game plan for this guy potentially getting the ball out of the backfield as well? Because you can come up with whatever schemes you want in terms of trying to stop him downfield, but you don't necessarily have to put the ball in his hands downfield. He makes plays out of the backfield as well, and that a lot of times as well, even when he's not making a play, he's making a play. And what I mean by that is so many different motions on when I'm moving across the field and such, and it draws attention, right? And that opens things up for other players. So it's gonna be interesting. The Bucks definitely have their hands full. That's for sure.
So B-side, what be your game plan? So what's your game plan, B-side, for the teams tomorrow?
Yeah, they definitely got a lot of weapons, man. But Tyreek Hill, you're right. This might be another breakout game for them, man. You know, the boy got he can come out the backfield like you were saying earlier. But they're gonna go deep with him. He's small, he can get through them seams. I like him. You know, that's one of my favorites, man.
Yeah, the guy is explosive, you know. And then on top of him, of course, there's Kelsey, right? So if you draw something up to potentially stop him, Kelsey kills you.
Well, that's they weapon like Gronk. You know what I'm saying? He's big, strong, and he got hands, man.
Yeah,
I seen him them one-handed catches, man. The boy's bad, man. You know, he's big, and once he get that ball, he running down. Hey, he remind me of that boy. What's the boy name? He's retired now. What's the brother name? Gonzalez.
Yeah. Okay, I got you. Tony Gonzalez.
Big, strong, catch that ball, and once he get it, he can get them extra 3-4 yards, and he's knocking people over. Yeah. You know, he got the good hands. They got a lot of weapons out there, man. I just want to see something besides Brady getting that trophy, man. I'm telling you, like I said, I don't have no gripes. Well, I do. He fuck with that dude Donald Trump heavy. You know what I'm saying? The mega hat and all that. You know. Oh yeah, he got some skeletons up in his closet, man. You know, but hey, he's his own. You know what I mean? That's another reason I don't really want to. Once I found that out, you know, I ain't got no no love for the brother. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Real talk. Yes, sir.
Oh wow.
Leon Spinks.
Passed away.
Yeah, Leon Spinks.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
He said Leon Spinks passed away. And Daryl Coley was just on here. I wonder if I'm pretty sure he got the news.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty much sure he definitely did. Definitely did. I mean, looking at this game tomorrow, listen, like you said, I think we're in the 30s. I think it might come down to that who got the ball last. And I will tell you this: if Brady has the ball last, I would say that we're in trouble. If Brady's got the ball last and they need him to march down the field to score, we might be in trouble.
Well, I'm gonna tell you one thing: the defense on both ends got to show up. I mean, we already know what the offense can do, but two high-power offenses against these defense, somebody got to stand out. And I think if even on either side, whoever defense probably do the best is probably going to win this game. Because like I said, they got the high-powered offense. I think Kansas City, I'm gonna give them an edge. But you got Brady back there, veteran. Then you got this young up and coming. I mean, he's probably still one of the greatest quarterbacks in the game today. You talking about he got maybe 2 more years in him, but still, I think that whoever defense wanted the most, you know what I mean? I think they're gonna pull it out.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think if Buccaneers establish the run game, she should be in trouble.
Yeah.
That's what I see.
Yeah.
I
agree.
I think Buccaneers are more of a winning team to try to win the football, unlike KC. They will do it though, but they'll be more of a passing team. They either down the field or down the seams or do the flatter screens. The Buccaneers have more of an old school mentality where they go out I form to run back and back and try to establish that old school style of running the football. If they can't, try to run football, I guess she should be in serious trouble.
No Ideas Original Podcast says Brady can be on his own 1-yard line and the refs will find a 99-yard penalty to get him to the Chiefs 1-yard line.
Yeah.
I think that's what
you,
talking about.
Setup, man. It's a setup.
Well said. That's funny.
Kansas City got to go out there and do what they got to do, and don't give them. You establish enough lead,
Right.
And, you know, whereas though you got to look for that type of stuff, man. You know what I mean?
No tuck rule, man. Prevent that.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough for a close game. Yeah, a close game is going to be in Tampa Bay's favor, definitely.
Exactly. Somebody getting a check though.
Yeah, somebody.
Shannon said Brady be cursing the refs out. Yeah, he does. He seemed like to be one of the only guys that get away with it too. He on him.
Yeah. But we'll see though. What time kickoff tomorrow, man? Anybody know?
6:30.
6:30.
6:30.
You know, it's funny. That means we'll start playing about 6:48 after all the festivities. 6:50 maybe.
Nah, I'll be on time, man.
You think so?
Yeah. I said be in front of TV screen about 6:25, 6:20, man. Be in front of TV screen. Don't play Mr. Right, man. Don't play.
Well, I hope they got a good halftime. Like you know, they said that when they had the girl, what's the girl? Jennifer Lopez and the other chick, they said it was too racy, so they want to tone it down this year.
Yeah.
You know,
Shannon said Zane can't wait for the Weeknd's performance at halftime. That's gonna be the highlight of the game for Zane, the Weeknd.
He said, "Hey, look, he literally is about to type that just now. He just showed it to me." Oh yeah.
Oh man, Zane's looking forward. He want to get through the first 2 quarters to get to the Weeknd.
Oh yeah. But I don't know who's all performing on there though. But in the commercials, I mean, you know, they talk about the commercials and you know they ain't paying the $1 million slots no more, so they trying to fill them up now.
Yeah. I think COVID cut a lot of that stuff down.
Yeah, commercials used to be one of the highlights.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Yeah, just to get a spot on there, man.
Yeah.
Right.
A lot of people losing money.
Yeah.
I'm down to moolah.
I'm losing every day. I'm home. I ain't worked since March. You know, I'm in the audio visual field. You know, we was pretty much the first ones to get hit heavy, and we'll be the last one going back. So I'm brainstorming. I don't think I'm even going back to that, man, because because we deal with pretty much hotels and convention centers, and you know, we don't have like a small amount of people when we do our work. You know, we go and we set up for we set up like say your company want to have a company meeting or something, you know, and they bring everybody together. So that's what we do. We set up, you know, audio, you know, screens, big screens, TVs, sounding, lighting. So, you know, when we got hit, man, we got hit in the middle of a show. We set up for a show down at the DC Convention Center, right? And it was a big show. And what was supposed to be over that Wednesday or Thursday, man, they came in there on a Friday, say, man, y'all got to be out of here by tomorrow at 12 o'clock. So they cut us down. Yeah. That was March the 12th, March the 11th of last year. That's the last time I've been back to work.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, IMF World Bank was my money maker right about now. And Microsoft shows, all that.
Yeah.
So, you know, I gotta change up my whole strategy now, man. You know what I mean? I'm surviving. Don't get it twisted now. I'm surviving, but you know, it's a little. You gotta rearrange some things right now. You know.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I mean, if you look at how the world is today, man, everybody adjusting. So even when everybody got the vaccine and everybody's back, it's never gonna be back to normal. But you know, they just show people, look, we don't need this big old building up here. But everybody gonna work from home now.
Yeah,
true.
Those big people that got those office buildings and stuff like that, man, they taking a hit like shit, and even more. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's about adjusting, man. You know what I mean? You gotta adjust.
Yeah.
In all aspects of life right now, you know.
Yeah. Shannon said the Coke the Coke break, aka the halftime, maybe Brady will take a bump of that nose candy after listening to the weekend. He might be blinded by the light after the halftime.
Hey man, that dude funny, man. You in the wrong business. You need to do some stand up. That's another income right there, bro.
Mhm.
You know?
But guys, what's him? So right now, give me your final predictions on what's him, who's winning and what the score is going to be.
I got the Chiefs winning 34-31.
Wow.
Yeah, Chad, you go ahead.
I'm
right.
thinking Chief winning 37, right? To 35.
Okay.
It's gonna be tight. Somebody's gonna get
going-
the safeties in there and all that stuff, man. It's gonna be watch it. Watch the game.
I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with the Chiefs, 32-28.
Mm.
That's a tough score to get, 32.
Yeah.
You like that one? That'll win you a pool if you get that 32-28.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Chiefs by field goal to win the Super Bowl. Maybe 38-35, 38-36, high scoring game. Chiefs by field goal win the game.
Yes.
We got Rob Brado said Tampa Bay over KC 36-33.
Mm-hmm.
And what's it doing right now? What do we got? B, what's Zane saying? Antonio Brown is playing. What's Z got?
Hey Zane, what you got? Your score. You just stepped out the van.
Okay.
No, you just got Anthony Brown playing.
And I was just over here reading that one of the children in Andy Reid's son car crash, 5-year-old, does have life-threatening injuries.
Oh, wow.
It's unfortunate. It was a 5-year-old and a 4-year-old in the back of one of the cars.
Says Zane got the weekend to win. He got the weekend by 10. Got Andy Reid with him out coaches with him Arians in a high scoring close game. I could believe that.
I would agree with that.
Okay, fella. Hey man, it was lovely, man. I enjoyed chopping up with y'all, man. I'm gonna get in here to the grandkids, man. And
all right.
All right.
Take me one to the head. I'm good.
All right.
Yes, sir.
All right, y'all have a good one, man. It was a pleasure, man, getting on here with y'all, man. And y'all keep doing y'all thing, man. You know,
thanks a lot.
just keep doing what you're doing.
Coming on.
I love the formula, man.
Yes.
Appreciate it, man.
Thank you.
All right, soldiers, man. Y'all be out, man.
All right.
Peace.
Later.
So, guys, there you have it. What's him successful time, man. I enjoyed talking to all you guys, man, as usual. Whatever. Anybody got any final words before we sign off?
For me, it's just being thankful that we get to see a Super Bowl this year. You know, given the conditions we're living in now, to be able to enjoy our sport still. Can't ask for much more than that. So I'm just thankful to be on the show with you guys and to be able to enjoy watching and discussing sports.
Yeah, you know me, guys. I always look forward to the show every week, man. I love it every week. We do our thing. Super Bowl should be a good game. Looking forward to it. You know, enjoy your time with your family and friends if you can, man. Eat well.
Right. Again, good. I enjoyed doing this with you guys, man. I had a great time. Again, Super Bowl tomorrow. Looking forward to the Super Bowl game, the Super Bowl eats. Everybody have a great evening. Night.
Yes, sir.
Later.